the Vintage Airstream Podcast. It's vaporific.
Okay, here's my setup. I just tied it up with some wire just so it can hang vertical like that. So when I put the powder on there, it doesn't fall off. And then just put some cardboard down to catch any mess. And try and set the camera up such a way you can kind of see what's going on. And I'll zoom in when I can. So, all set up. I got some paper towels here. And of course I have my Coke Zero. Helps keep me interested in doing the project. I realize I'm out of the shot, but can't really help that. Okay, so this is the part where you really want to make sure you're not breathing this stuff in and letting it, even putting my face over it like this during the process, the vapors will get up in your eyes and you'll be crying for a week, from what I understand. I choose to read up on it and not experience it myself. So here's the crack. Got the hole here. It's got the aluminum tape catching it, and it fall out. I'm just gonna pour the powder into here and get started. Alrighty. So by itself, this should be okay. It's a very fine powder, like really fine. I understand it's also ferrous, so if you're gonna do this repair or anything else that has a magnet nearby, or maybe a motor. Keep that in mind. This stuff will probably just shoot over and land right on the magnet, create a big mess. So I'm just going to pour it across the crack, kind of build it up, just like that. More's always better. That's the thing, you can't really use too much. Because the glue will, there's no real ratio, there's no like 50% or anything like that. If you are going to glue something that's thick, and thick might even be like this 1/8 of an inch, like if I was going to fill this hole here, I don't know if you can see the hole in the shot, but if I was going to fill a hole through here, I guess I just drilled one, but you would fill up half of the hole, add some glue, pour some more powder, and fill up the rest, but and we'll see how it goes. Again, I'll keep my face out of the area here while I'm loading this up. You can see why you want it vertical when you're doing this. Just so the powder and all the stuff doesn't just run right off. I can smell it. I can actually feel it in my eyes too a little bit. I'm going to get that more out of the shot here. Let me zoom in on there. So there you go. Maybe if I was going to do it again, I would use a thinner amount of powder and build it up, like I mentioned that I should have, but I'll let it set up here and see how it does. Okay, it's been less than 5 minutes. It seems to be cured already. Very, very tough stuff. Now, from what I understand, I'll go ahead and zoom in closer so you can see. From what I understand, you can actually sand or file this down. Like if you're going to be doing this on the outside and you need to make it look good, you could sand and blend this in and then paint it and totally make the repair invisible. I do have a nice little bump here. Probably to use more powder than I need to, but it's alright. First time I used it. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Supposedly stronger than before. You know, like when these go, right? Not quite, but these have a tendency to go all the time. The screws that hold it on. The air conditioner body up there, these will crack and stuff, so this would be a good way to repair that. Now, you know, of course you can buy this whole new shroud for around $100 or so, but this Q-Bond was $12. I thought I'd give it a try, and you know, and if you have an older air conditioner too, since this is a vintage Airstream podcast at thevap.com, you might not be able to get a shroud. So this would be one way to get your shroud going. Even if you had missing pieces of plastic, you could use this and be creative and actually repair some kind of hole. So I'm going to take it down and give you one more look at it before we stick it back up. Okay, let's pull the tape off here. There you go. Not bad. Like I said, if you wanted to blend that, you could paint that or whatnot, but it's on the roof, so I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it. As far as the repair, I mean, that's strong. Very strong. So I think it'll be good. There you go. You can see how much I built it up there. Alright, well, one air conditioning shroud repaired, and hopefully it'll last. That'll be another update in a few thousand miles. But there you go, here's stuff again. It's called Q-Bond. Here's the repaired, installed AC shroud. You might note a couple other repairs there where the holes are. I didn't actually video those, but I made those at the same time. You got to be real careful when you're lifting this. You don't want to carry it by the edges because that'll make it crack real easy. So you want to hold it kind of in the middle like a hat or something. Just be really, really careful. Don't put any kind of stress on the edges at all because that will make it crack. But I'm satisfied for now. We'll see how it goes. It should put off having to buy a new one for a while. And again, if you had a vintage cover that you need to repair, you can definitely use this method, I would say. And then you can also finish and sand and paint. If you have a vintage shroud, you probably have to go all the way with it. So, very happy with the product. I'm going to take a little commercial break in the middle of my video to let you know about my book, Restoring a Dream. How I restored my 1960 vintage Airstream. That's my trailer right there. In the book I cover everything you need to know about choosing the right vintage trailer, how to inspect, recover, and restore it. I cover all kinds of different topics. It's full of a lot of details, pictures, everything to let you know how to restore a Airstream travel trailer. So be sure and pick it up, check it out. It's at Amazon. Also my website, restoringadream.com.